Hello, pals. It's me, Tyler, here, back at New York Comic Con. And I'm here with an actual pal, an actual friend. I'm not using that in the I met someone who I'm pretty cool with. No, I've known Damien for a couple years. I'm here with Damien Torres. Damien, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you?
Damien, I haven't seen you in a bit. The most I've seen you lately is when your Xbox gamer tag comes online.
Which hasn't come up often anymore.
When it comes up, I'm like, oh, yeah. I wonder how he's doing. So, nice to see you, Damien. How you doing?
Likewise. I'm doing well, man.
So yeah, we're at Arness Alley, where Damien's got some really good looking prints. I'm going to post that on the social medias to check out. But Damien, you have a book coming out from SourcePoint Press.
Yes, so I've been working on the Winchester Mystery House for SourcePoint Press. I did the Free Comic Book Day issue as well as issue 3. We're going to start issue 4 soon enough. Cool. So the script, I'm just waiting for the script to come in, and then we're back to ball game on that one.
Yeah, so like the Winchester House is this almost... It's almost American folklore at this point, right?
Yeah.
It's this house that this woman made to ward off, I believe, evil spirits, because there's a whole bunch of lore around her.
There's a lot of stuff going on behind it. Yeah, so the Winchester Rifle Company, the founder, the owner of it, his widow, after he passed away, she was very spiritual.
Yeah.
So she talked to, I believe it was a sidekick, who said something about, like, you need to build a house that would ward off the spirits if every person's been killed by a Winchester rifle. So what makes this...
that's a lot.
Yeah. What makes this house so mysterious is the fact that, A, there's been reported hauntings for centuries now, but also how bizarrely constructed it all is. So as it was being built, there was no set blueprint. So Sarah Winchester, she would have a construction company work on it almost every day until the day she died. And so there's lots of things in the house that just make no sense. There's staircases that go nowhere. There's doorways that lead to your death, basically.
Nice.
There's a window in the ceiling on the floor plan. Very bizarre stuff all around.
So with the way this house is constructed, I'm sure there's a lot of architecture involved when having to illustrate this actual house.
Yeah.
First question is, how do you even prepare for something like that? And follow-up, will you ever draw stairs again?
I've got no choice. So I can't say yes or no to that one. This is whatever's in the script.
Yeah.
As for preparation, a lot of it's figured out in the layout stage. So Josh the writer, Josh Werner, he supplies me with tons of references, and he's been to the actual house.
Oh, wow.
So whatever photographic reference he has of the place, he's given me everything. And we do have like some leeway in certain areas. So like if there's constant hallways, you just draw a generic hallway. But if there's something of significance, we have to make sure to get it right, because the Winchester estate, they had to approve everything themselves as well.
Oh, wow.
So they go through everything, and so far we haven't run into any issues. But if, like, let's say I draw the staircase to nowhere, it has to be the staircase to nowhere. I can't, like, make it up. So, it's been fun, though. It's a fun challenge. I get to play around with the perspective and the layout in ways that I can't do normally, because there's really no place else like it. So it makes it more unique and allows me to be more creative.
Yeah, you got a bit of it's like a horror vibe going on with this book, too. So,
Yeah.
So playing with those perspectives really can help lend to the eeriness, I would think.
Yeah. And once we have like a ghost come in,
we
we get to have a lot more freedom with the scenery and the backgrounds and such.
Sure.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And then you also have the Haunted Box.
Yes.
Is coming out as well.
Yes, so the Haunted Box is currently on Kickstarter.
Yep.
I believe there's 13 days left. We're almost funded. I'm sure we will get there.
This will be out before it's done. I got you.
Yeah. Okay. The Haunted Box is a horror anthology. This one's more adult-oriented. It contains different stories that revolve around this haunted box. So it's like Twilight Zone meets Hellraiser. In this issue, we have the origin of the character that you see on the front cover, the Blood Queen. So I drew that story.
Yep.
And I drew the cover as well, and there's different teams that did different stories. This one is the day one version, but for the Kickstarter, this one is 20 pages. The Kickstarter one will be about 40 pages or more.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
I really like the your spin on this like body horror kind of.
Yeah.
It's almost like you mentioned Hellraiser. It's very like masochistic in a way.
Which I never get to play with, so like that's pretty fun. And like when John Santana, the writer, when we were discussing it, he had mentioned things like Warren Comics and EC Comics from back in the 60s. So I looked at a lot of the stuff that they did back then, especially Jose Gonzalez, who was known for Vampirella.
Yeah.
And I looked at how they handled their line weights, their pen marks, and things like that. So I tried to take that and convey it with my own style, while also increasing the sizes of the pages too. So it's larger than 11 by 17. It's more in magazine format.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's been a really, really fun challenge, and I had a blast doing it.
Awesome. And I also wanted to talk to you about, like, what is it like having a table at Arness Alley in New York Comic Con?
Yeah,
it's been a crazy weekend. So
it has been, and this is my first time ever tabling here. So it's been a very surreal experience. As someone who used to come here I first started coming here in 2010, and as a fan at first, and then when I started taking this more seriously, I would come in for networking purposes. And well, now I'm here. I applied for the first time for this year, and I was lucky enough to get in.
Yeah, dude, I remember seeing you like the first year I've seen you here. You were like with your portfolio.
Yeah.
And then you were at someone else's table.
Yep.
And like, dude, it's just awesome.
Yeah, it's nice not having to do that.
Yeah.
And even better, like not having to kill my feet the whole weekend.
I was just about to say you're oh no, I can't say it. I was gonna say your feet are doing. It's a joke for the show. It's not. Nope, not a thing. It's not weird. Thank you, Damien, and I'm excited to see your career explode.
Thanks, man. If I had to plug in something really quickly,
yeah, please do.
At some point in the near future, you're gonna see I may have done something for Marvel Crisis Protocol, so you'll see when you see it.
All right, I'm gonna turn this camera off and then pester you even more. But yeah, Damien, thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, viewers, pals, people, and we'll see you at New York Comic Con for some more interviews. The timing is weird on this. Whenever you watch it, whatever. We'll see you soon, guys.
Sure
Bye-bye.
thing.